What we're going to be looking at today is this Orion 8-inch SkyQuest Dobsonian telescope here that you can find on Amazon. Now, first of all, a telescope like this, in my opinion, is one of the best telescopes you can ever get your hands on. First of all, it weighs around 40 pounds, so it is a little bit heavy, but besides that, it offers you the best variety of views of the night sky. Stars, planets, galaxies, star clusters, anything like that, you are able to see with a light bucket like this 8-inch Orion Dobsonian. The first thing about this telescope that I want to talk about is it's the setup of the scope itself, the base, and how it actually, the whole entire thing works. So as you can see here, the base that the telescope is on is the classic Dobsonian telescope base. So obviously, this is a fairly large tube here compared to me. As you can see, it's a fairly large tube, and you're not just going to be able to put this on a little tripod. So that's why they developed this Dobsonian base here, which allows you to swivel the telescope 365 degrees like this, as well as move it up and down just like this, so you can target and locate any object in the night sky that you may need. And it also comes with this easy finder right here. So you put a little battery in this. It takes one of those little silver small round batteries, you put it in, you turn it on just like this, and it gives you a little red dot that goes up to the finder. And once you properly align it, it only takes a second to properly align the scope. Then you can look through the finder, point that red dot anywhere in the sky, and if you look through there, that object that you pointed to through the finder scope should be in your field of view. Now, the telescope, it does come with one 24mm eyepiece, which is a wider eyepiece, so that you were able to get a wider view of planets. If you want a closer view of planets, star clusters, and galaxies, anything like that, you're going to need to get a separate, more higher magnification eyepiece. But I like the wide eyepiece so you can easily see the field of view and any objects that may be in there. Now, setting up this telescope when you first get it, it might come in a few different boxes, especially the base and the scope itself. It only takes like 15 minutes. You read the manual, all the pieces come, all the tools you need to set it up come. It's a fairly quick setup. The main thing about this telescope, though, is the transportation. It can be a lot to transport this telescope around, especially if you don't want to have to disassemble the scope itself. So it weighs around 39.5 pounds, or so basically 40 pounds, and sometimes you might need a hand carrying this around, especially if you need to bring it up and down stairs. I try to keep it in a place where it's fairly close to the porch, like right here in my deck, so I do not have to carry a long distance. Now, overall, the telescope itself, like I already mentioned, is a 8-inch diameter telescope. So in other words, a 203mm scope here. Now, to get the exact dimensions for you of this particular scope here, basically this bottom here is 19.25 inches wide by 19.25 inches. And then from the bottom of the scope to the top there is 49 inches. So those are the exact dimensions. And you also here have your focuser on the top, which allows you to get objects in focus. So you have your eyepiece here. You have this Crayford focuser. If you unscrew this knob here, it releases the focuser. You can move this up and down to get the object in focus. And you also have these protective caps, which is really nice. This is a 2-inch focuser, so the max size of this is 2 inches. So by using and loosening some of these adjustment screws here, you can get a little wider of a focus gap to fit bigger eyepieces or tools. Another thing to note is you can also do very cool photography with a telescope like this at the same time. So you can get your phone out, put it up to the eyepiece, and let's say take a picture of the nice full moon. Now I'm going to spin the telescope around just like this. As you can see, they included a little handle here to make it a little easier to carry around. If we bring this down here, as you can see, this is the cap. You take the cap off. There is the inside of your scope. As you can see in the back there, the primary mirror, as well as a little secondary mirror up here at the front of the telescope. So it's basically a all-in-one telescope setup for you, your family. You can get out there, see the moon, planets, and obviously, since I have the scope, I have a lot of experience using it and observing objects, celestial objects, with this telescope. And one thing I can tell you is that the moon, planets such as Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, they all look incredible through a scope like this. I can see the rings on Saturn as well as the Cassini division. You can see the moons of Jupiter as well as those belts. You can see star clusters, galaxies, nebulae, and any other cool thing in the night sky that you would find that you want to view through a telescope. You can see through this 8-inch scope here. Now, it does give you a warning on the front. You definitely never want to point this at the sun unless you have a proper certified solar filter, which does not come with this telescope here. Now, this 8-inch diameter scope here that you see does collect actually 78% more light than a 6-inch scope would. So that's the next one down. It goes 6, 8 inches, and the next one after 8 is 10. Then they go up to 12. But this one here is what I found the best middle of the road scope. The 8-inch is the perfect, not too large, not too small, the best middle of the road scope. So overall, I've really enjoyed using this 8-inch Dobsonian telescope over the years. I find it to be a really convenient, very just overall perfect telescope to observe the night sky. So I would definitely recommend this product here that you can find on Amazon.